side chick never destroy your relationship or marriage. Your relationship was destroyed by your man who never value nor respect the relationship he had with you.
Auntie, abeg rest. Side chick, your marriage was destroyed by a man who never valued your relationship. Side chick did not destroy your marriage. It is the man that destroyed the marriage. Why are you so petty? See, let me tell you, a man stays on his own. Let me speak in English now. A man will sit down, gather his money, then carry his money, go another family, go invest, go buy. In fact, go pay this woman dowry in full. And you think he wants to come back and have a home that is not peaceful? Let me tell you what you rather say. 100%, let me say 75% of marriage crashing today are the result of women. Let me clap for them. You know, women feel so entitled. They feel so entitled and so relaxed after they've gotten married to you. They feel they have won those other girls that they were dating before. 75% of marriages crashing down today are the result of women. You have refused to understand where this man is coming from. You have refused to amend. When the man is telling you this, you're doing your own. And you're saying that side chick, side. Auntie, the marriage is being broken by you. It is destroyed because of you. Because even the Bible said women are the pillar of the house, of the home. So women's house, a big home is not even home again, it's house. A man gives you building material to build his house. He goes out and bring you in for you to build his house. And you're there building different, using water to mix on concrete and thinking it's going to stand. You need cement, my dear sister. You need something that is solid. Women have destroyed their marriage because you see, feminism now is the mother of the day. What a man can do, a woman can do better. Women are now making money, so therefore they'll come out and be blabbing. Side chick did not destroy your home as a woman, as a married woman. You destroy your home by yourself. Because a man don't just stand up and just walk away from a woman. No, men don't do that. There's some certain things he has been telling you, this thing, I don't like this thing. He'll keep telling you as a woman, and you feel like, I beg, make a year. You feel say you don't enter house. You feel you don't get boy, you don't get gay. So like you don't honor Chiruzo, you stood on the door, you think another woman will not enter, or even though he doesn't want to bring another woman, he will just push you out. Because his mental health matters a lot. And you're saying your husband, which husband? Which husband? If you as a woman, you do your duties very well, you think that man is going to bring another woman on top of you. I know the Muslim practice it, but that's not the reason they are taking a second wife. So women are so disrespectful. So women are so full of themselves. They have pride. They're so egoistic. They don't want to bend. Especially when they start making this thing called money in your house as a man. They don't listen to any trash you have to say. In fact, what you're saying is trash to them. Because if you even threaten them with divorce, they don't even shake. Like I mean, I don't even tire yourself. Now you realize that. If you go to homes, you will know what men are going through. You come and talk about the man is the man that no, stop it. You are too mature to be thinking that way. Women, you see, women, they know how to play this pity party. They'll see, they are the one eating you. They are the one that will run out and come and cry for everybody to have pity for them. A man don't just stand up and have a second wife. A man don't just stand up and have a side chick. There's something that was eating that marriage that you as a woman, you have failed to discover and resolve it. Some of you as a woman, you have even discovered it, but you have refused to amend it, to adjust it, to repair it, because you feel that he's for you. Now my husband, I am your wife. So therefore, Onochiruzo. No, men are getting, in fact, men are wise now. If you don't take time, they'll marry another woman. If you want to stay, stay. If you don't want to stay, you go to your father's house and go and insult your father and misbehave in your father's house. What's that nonsense you're even spilling from your mouth? Women, if you don't stay in people's house and see what women do. I'm a woman, I am beating my hand to my chest. If you see the waiting women they carry, especially men when they even get enough money to run the home. A man will go out and work. He will bring this money home. He will not complain. He will just bring it. He will give it to the woman. She will enjoy it. In fact, he will just give it to the woman. They will just enjoy themselves, spend the money. But once the man is financially done, he will start seeing misbehavior. By that time, the man will be drinking good night sleep just to look for sleep to sleep. He'll be taking stress drugs. He'll be taking sleep because the woman will buff him with insults. If he even manage to come back late, okay, where you go? I know them. Tell my gender, I know them. When you don't size you, and she will size you in front of her friends. That's how women they are. Women, you see this mouth. God bless women with that, but that is not the reason God blesses us with mouth. He blesses us with this mouth so we can speak into our husband's life. We can speak into our home. We can speak into our own life. Stop it. Now, side chicks self, they even help the man outside. If you don't know me, you know now. And some of una just dey cohabit. Now the answer, Mrs. Amadi, nothing. All the love, the attention, the love about that this man have is given to that girl outside. And some of you will be like, you don't marry him, make we see now. Auntie, like I said in my previous video, no be everybody, no be every woman wey dey outside or dey their husband house, they treat their husband the way you wey dey watch me, they treat your husband. We still have some nice women, I will not dispute that. But it's still the percentage of nice women, they're just 10 over 100. The rest, I don't know. I don't know, even this generation that is coming, I don't even know what they will marry. Whether they will marry ram, maybe they will marry goat or fowl. I don't even know what they want to marry, because girls these days don't have morals. They don't have. They're always aiming for the big things. That's why they keep using them for rituals. Have you ever seen any man, any boy they use for rituals? Women, they're not content. You see, it's only when you're content, now your husband money will do you. Now that man money will be like billions on your body. If only you're content. Only you're happy, you're content. You don't put your eyes on bigger things. Have you seen any boy they use for rituals online? It is girls. They finish school. Instead that salary they're paying them, instead they will walk around the salary and be content with it. No, they want to use iPhone 100. They want to use something that even their boss in that office is not even using it. Big things, big eye, Apollo eye. That's some girls get. Even the ones in their husband's house, because your husband cannot give you new iPhone 14, is it 15 that came out? It's 100 that came out. You're there jumping, you're chatting one particular man all the time because of phone, because of money. Be content as a woman in your husband's house. Be content. And you will see that man's 40,000 naira will beautify you. Try to love your husband and give him less stress and stop yelling about her hair. You're too mature to do that. Because I'm out. Men, your mental health matters a lot. Let's keep talking the talk. I still remain your realistic number 100% realistic talker. I talk here and nobody come here and say bullshit about women, this, men. Don't you talk about women. They are the pain most men have. Nightmare most men have at home. If you love this video, because I know you will do well to share and follow me. I love you. Take on the way next time. Let's keep talking the talk. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I understand some people might think, why do we start from here? Yes, or some men now might be jumping up now, say, thank God, say, woman, they now we don't talk for us and all that. But have it in mind, if we are going to continue this, by next week, we're also bringing the others opposite of what we are seeing today here. Why we also want to hear from the women. But although today, let's see contribution first. Before contribution, submission to this, people reacted, to this particular video. Some people said, this woman, they need to protect her more. If they not protect her, many other women go take him, finish him and all that, blah, blah, blah. So, but I can already see already right there on the comment section, say some people don't already, but let's take this. Women like you working tirelessly to bring back morals in marriage are a godsend. This one are born in Sue. Now I talk that one. While we have another person here, this is a woman, Glory. Glory K said, there is this young man who got married 3 years ago. For about 2 years now, dude has been in pain. The wife is over demanding and she's a student at that. Okay, that's a woman there complaining. We have Vico. Vico said, they will criticize this woman now instead of learning. I love you. Okay. Then I have another person here from Renshi. Please, Lord, give me a good wife like this lady. How do you know she's a good wife? Anyway, Irish said, another woman right there said, I have actually met a married man so many times. Most of them, their wife is down to earth. You will even wonder why the man is still cheating. Exactly. Okay. Then we have another person here from Johnson saying that God bless you, man. We have since started investing in our retirement. This our generation of men must break the yoke of Name, they die first. Hi, that one be as to get to. Then I have another person here, MC Wisdom Comedy. He said, Auntie, I pray for today. God bless you and give you what you ever wanted as a woman for telling the young lady the truth. Okay, now that's reactions from other people right there. While I have Rush, why is this post not viral yet? Brotherhood, we need to protect this woman. Okay, that is all. But now, let's see how people will react to this on the panel. That is another area, like I said, if you guys like this, we might be adding it once in a week, only once in a week. Let's talk about what many of us are facing in marriages, because many of us are putting on masks. Everything fine. Normally, you know, things might not be that okay. Some of us might just be pretending everything fine, So maybe when we are talking about it, well, I'm not saying people should come here and talk about your personal life, but yes, you can come out and speak to people that might be passing through one or two pains, and they don't know who to speak to because you're not sure who is actually listening to you. So yeah, you don't need to talk about you. We will do our own research and bring people's lifestyle here for you, so yeah, let's start talking. Let's hear from the people on the panel. This one, I would like to start with a woman first, because I know first might start with, because Mr. Ike, or you want me to start with you?
No. You the king here. So if you want us to start with the woman, let's start with them.
Okay, sir. Okay, we'll start with woman. We'll start with Mother Patricia. I beg, talk to us how you see this matter. So, who to blame when marriages they scatter everywhere, where side chick, or make we blame the husband or blame the wife or blame side chick, or rather blame side how they say we take all the side he, maybe side he. How would they do it? So just let us know, and then we'll take it from there if Madam Patricia is available, though. If not, I'll move on to Madam Rita.
Uh, Thank you again, Mr. Iris.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yes, every how would I say?
5 minutes so for this one.
Yes,
We'll see.
every problem, or yeah, problem has a cause, and in this case, in a relationship between man and woman, there is always a reason to it. You know, yes, there are some women that are out there that doesn't know their left from their right. They believe that the easy way is the best. The easy way is okay, yeah, easy come, and like they say, easy come is easy go too. So they don't want to work to develop a relationship, getting to know each other, even when they are married. You see, um, the one-sided, selfish aspect of life comes to play, especially when the woman is the breadwinner of the home. But they tend to forget sometimes what the man has been doing before they met. Maybe, of course, definitely, uh, I don't think a woman that is doing well will meet a man that she will be feeding. You know. So, and if that's the case, the man will have himself to blame. You know. Um, but again, it's always a coin have two sides. So it's not a straight and forward answer. You understand? Because people are different, relationships are different. Yes, there are people that fall into the category of what she was talking about, but there are others that, due to some circumstances, they change along the line. So that's where we need to really get involved with people to be able
Okay.
to, yes, to give an adequate analysis of what really transpired in that relationship. So she just give it a general advice, and a general advice will not lead us anywhere. So that's my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mother Patricia. Thank you very much. All right. You see, according to what Madam Patricia is saying, if I have to add to it, most women are there, they are not supporting their husbands and all that, and it's a coin have two sides, which I also support. Make una not worry, men we go this smile today now. Next week na go be on our own. I'll still carry video come we still talk to the other side. But meanwhile, let's hear from more people here. Let's see, because for me, like I said, we are on this platform, we are learning from each others. A lot of people are here that learn, that want to hear stuff like this. You can see now somebody commented earlier on just now, I put on the screen that we should be doing this once a week, because this election politics, INEC Yakubu figure tear Percy head one day. So putting one or two of a different topic, I think that will be better. Okay, let's come to Madarita. Madarita, what is your take on this? Who to blame? Husband, wife, or side chick, or even side he, where they destroy marriages?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Elvis. Your question and what the video you played is kind of similar but kind of different. Now, to answer your question, who to blame in divorce? I'm not going to add the side chick because we're talking about a marriage. A marriage is between two entities coming from two different backgrounds, coming together to compromise and to live together, right? By their choice, not being forced together. So in this equation, if there's some sort of breakdown between a husband and wife, the blame is the husband and wife. The side chick is just like I would just say it's just like a flavor added to the mix. But in essence, I'm going to focus on discussing the two individuals who willingly wanted to live together for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, but before you focus on the two individuals, also remember that there might be some attitude that a woman might be possessing the house or a man might be possessing the house that can lead to the third party to come into your marriage. For example, a woman that doesn't cook, clean, or the other side in bed, and you now later find someone outside, it can as well destroy your marriage. So, and what about a man? Okay, we're not talking about that. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, the side chick is secondary to the primary problem. For in my own perspective, I think for a man, I'm not a man, so I would not understand your psychology or your psyche and then how you are wired. But from based on what I've seen, it seems as if the quickest way quickest way for a man to run away from his emotions, his problems, or his worries is to run to another woman. And they think that's the solution. Forgetting that the same gender you're running away from, you're running to the same gender that you are running to. So what makes you think that it's not going to be a repeated cycle? So the issue is the solution to men's
problem. Yeah, it's not, but sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. Remember, if you want me to quickly reference to that, Mercy Johnson, husband run come on from that gender, he can't meet Mercy Johnson, but today the man confirmed that he's the happiest man on earth. I remember that time a lot of people criticize Mercy Johnson's husband. I believe his wife was living in Canada, and she just gave birth. And 2 weeks later, that's when he moved to Mercy Johnson. That's why the whole situation actually escalated at that time.
Mr. Elvis. Yes, Mr. Elvis. Yes, did it ever occur to you that if Mercy Johnson wasn't a successful actress, do you think that this guy would easily be comfortable or whatever he's telling the world that she's the best thing that ever happened at that
now. It's about being a wife.
Relative. No, let's talk about it. I'm just putting it out there to you. Has it ever occurred to you that if Mercy Johnson wasn't Mercy Johnson that we know her for? I mean, she was already a popular, successful actress before he married her, right? Or rather, she was just starting to be popular. But she was known across the nation.
The husband is a billionaire.
From where?
Yes.
Mr. Elvis, please let's not even go there. Please,
no, but
please. Mr. Elvis, please, I don't want to go to. We are talking general. I don't want to personalize it right now. So let's not even go there.
What I'm trying to say, I will allow you to continue, but what I'm trying to say is this. when you said moving out of one gender, going to the same gender, you might face the same difficulties and all that. But what me I'm trying to say is not always like that. Sometimes it could also resort to what you are trying to say. But when we have to make references of those that have moved in that trace and how they have celebrated it, that's why I mentioned Mercy Johnson's husband, with 4 children and all that. They are very, very happy. So go ahead, madam. Thank you.
How do you know they're very happy? Anyway, Mr. Elvis. Okay, on a more serious note, we all as human beings, we all strive for one common thing. I believe so, is peace. Peace of mind, peace of your environment. And I think every man desires that as well as a woman. Everybody desires love and attention. Everybody deserves peace. Now, if the person that you are with isn't giving you your idea of peace or your idea of what you think marriage should be, you talk about it. Sometimes talking about it, the one on the receiving end or the one who is speaking, either way, sometimes they are unwilling to change. Sometimes they have chosen, they know the right thing, but they have chosen because of one reason or the other. You see, this woman coming on, and I've answered your question, Mr. Elvis, when you say who to blame. Is the blame is both parties, man and woman. The side chick or the side he is just one added additive to the issues. Now going to the video of what this woman was saying. For me, over the years, I am very tired. I'm not mincing my words. I'm very, very tired of every pastor or every influencer or so-called advisor like this woman coming on social media but because of one reason or the other, and to just keep having a jive at women. I am not a feminist. I proudly say so, and it is my choice. And I understand what feminism means. And in this world that we live in, I believe, and I'm saying it out of experience, a lot of people don't really understand what feminism means.
You have 2 minutes
And
left. Oh, we are not. We not. You don't get minutes to explain feminism. Oh.
no, I'm not going to feminism. I'm just putting out there. I'm not a feminist, but I am tired of, a lot of, you see pastors, women do this, women look good, women that are making more money, respect your husband, women do this, it's too much. The ratio of these kinds of discussions that this woman put out there to the ones for the men is 5 to 1. 5 for the woman and just 1 for the men. People educating men. And in most cases, the ones who talk about men, in most cases of what I have seen, are men actually talking to men. Because, like I said, I am not wired as a man. I don't know
All
what
right.
it feels. For
Let's
it's
hear
very,
from someone else then.
Mr. Elvis, you interrupted me a lot, and you kind of
No,
threw
but
me off
you are
balance.
just beating. Me, I don't know what you are talking
Very,
about. You are beating
I
There's,
around.
love
The
I
there's,
love your
there's a lot of
topic today.
issue. No, see, there's a lot of issues here, and
Yeah,
there are
but
things
we
that
have
need to be
time. We have
addressed.
time limit so that we
Okay,
can
okay.
come back to you, come back to everybody.
I yield for now. But I haven't spoken at all. But I yield for now. It's all right.
You will come back. You will come back again. Let me also hear from someone else. Now, I don't pick 2 women. Make I pick man now. Let me come to Mr. Ike. Mr. Ike, you have 5 minutes. Please, who is the problem with the cause marriages? They scatter everywhere. So now husband will go blame. I'll be wife. I'll be side chick or side he.
My brother, this is not a yes or no answer. There are so many things that are affecting marriage. One, the marriage I'm talking about is between a man and a woman. I'm not interested in these other ones that they are practicing now. There is a calculated attack on that institution called marriage by agents that I can call negative agents or agents from the devil. Because if a country must go well, it starts from marriage. If marriage is good, and that institution is respected, the country will be good. Because all of these people that we see and we say, God forbid, they are from homes. So if their homes are good, the country will be good. So there is an attack on that institution. Another thing is there is pressure on women. People think, the culture think that a woman is only respected when she is married. So you find out that there are women that have done so much as single women that have lifted the world. But each time they come home, they are not treated with respect. So many of them, just to satisfy that cultural pressure and expectation, they go into marriage. And when they go into it, because it is forced, they go into it with different intentions. Now, from the beginning, God gave a role to a man and gave women roles. There is not supposed to be competition in marriage. Man has his own role cut out for him. A woman has her own role cut out for her. Now, when these roles have started interchanging, and women, instead of playing the supportive role, some lazy men have decided to give them the lead role. There are so many young men now that when they want to marry, they are looking for a fully made woman that is coming from a very rich home so that their work will be less. So when they go into such marriages and the equilibrium have tilted, the woman is now playing a role that is not traditionally her own. And like they said, he who pays the piper dictates the stone. When a woman starts playing the role of winning the bread, it shifts the equilibrium of marriage and issues will start coming up. The woman will no more so much respect you because you have delegated your job to her. And then there are roles that the woman play that the man cannot play. No way. The woman,
One
the woman
minute more, sir.
cannot, the woman cannot bear a child. So if you allow the woman to play the role of winning the bread and still playing her traditional role, things will start going bad. I don't want to blame the man or the woman in this whole thing, but everybody had to understand their role. A man is supposed to love the wife, and the wife is supposed to respect the husband. If these two things are done, marriages will get better. And of course, let's not rule out prayers too.
Okay.
So I don't want to put any blame on anybody, but I
Thank
think
you.
the institution of marriage is under attack. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ike. God bless you. With the rate of divorces that is going on in abroad, especially abroad, Nigerians in abroad, you can see a lot of people have put that blame on competition, because you mentioned competition just now. A lot of people have put that blame on competition, financial competition, career competition, and all that. So maybe that is what is leading to marriages being destroyed, or rather causing confusion between themselves in abroad. But nevertheless, let's hear from Mr. Oduwa. Mr. Oduwa, what is your take? If we have to focus, because we have been abroad for long now, what is your take? What do you think that is causing loss of marriages, divorcing, issue, whatever that is going on now in abroad? Should we blame the men or women, or side chick or side he? Mr. Do, are you there? Can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself if you are there. Okay, let me move on to the next person. Okay, Mr. Dua is not available right now. Let me see. Mr. Alex, I would like you to talk to us if you want to talk on this topic. Please. You have 5 minutes. Thank you.
For me, I'm not an expert in this type of
Don't need to be expert. Don't you have a woman?
yes,
You don't need expert.
yes. I just have to lay a background so people won't judge me harshly if I go astray during my verbosity. Not really an expert in things like this. Yes, yeah. I just feel like somebody said. I will stand on I will serve as a continuation from what the previous speaker said. Um, People should play their traditional roles. A man should love the wife. A woman should be submissive. A woman should respect the husband, and the man should love and care, protect the wife. So I still feel a lot of frustrations going on in Nigerian marriages. Still, as to the root is on politics, it's on leadership. I tell you, I prove it to you. In other countries, government supports newly wedded couples with a lot of funding, sometimes facilities. Some countries have incentives, grants, loans accessible by newly wedded couples. Some countries even give cars, gifts from the states. This thing eases.
Mr. Alex, what you are saying right now, our women in abroad have access to all of them, and they still
Yeah,
be.
yes, I'm going
Yes,
somewhere,
so
sir.
don't,
I'm starting.
because no, what
I'm
you are
starting.
trying to say that the problem that is causing divorce, marriages being divorcing each other or
Okay.
whatever in Nigeria
Yeah.
is because of lack of government support, right? Is that not
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah. But I'm going somewhere.
Our women have it in abroad, and the problem is even higher in
Alex
abroad.
is trying to divert into politics.
I'm coming. No. I'm coming. I'm going somewhere. If you allow me, I'm going.
Don't add
First of all,
government into it.
a lot of people who traveled abroad as husband and wife, when they were getting married, they never thought of traveling abroad. Number one, it was never in the plan. It is the economic hardship, the political instability, a lack of future for their children that drove these guys abroad. And going abroad, there is going to be status quo change in body metabolism, in character, display from both angles. Strange environment, strange cultures, Eldorado sometimes. So it's like a backlash. It tells not everybody can handle sudden glamour. So for me, I think if most people, when they got married, they stayed back home, they didn't go abroad out of government frustration, out of the wickedness of political class. Enriching themselves and drilling. Let me use my 5 minutes. I don't want to be interrupted.
You have 1 minute left. Thank you.
Okay. Let me round up. I will just say this, guys. I apologize from the very first set when you go from the beginning that I'm not an expert in this, but men, love your wife.
People travel.
You see, Mr. Alex, you must not be an expert to talk on this.
Hold on, my people. 90% of Nigerians that traveled abroad that is married today traveled single. So why are you saying couples traveled? How many
Nigeria was many people who left during this what's it called, Jackpot syndrome. Their marriages crashed like rotten mango.
The 10% and even 2%. I'm saying 90-something% of Nigerians in abroad. Many of them left single. They met their husband, their wives in abroad.
Yeah, okay. Nigeria, thank you very much for your time.
I leave small, 85%.
Yes. I will leave my fellow panelists to make justice to this topic. Thank you, Nigeria.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex is, he's only good with politics. He's not good with this all this kind. They bring verbosity. We say marriage does scatter.
Now why you now they play?
No, we say marriage does scatter. You want your scatter the remaining marriages finish. Verbosity.
No mind now.
In Nigeria, Lao Semia. I apologize from the beginning. Semia in Nigeria.
You will be bad. You try to talk economic issue don't come now. You don't talk slow.
No, normally, my brother, the remaining marriage now we say we will protect. In your the verbosity. It doesn't say problem don't come. Eh?
The guy don't care about marriage now as it is. So.
Nigeria was not case, I swear.
I beg.
You don't put it back. Nigeria, you know what you do?
Yeah.
You put it back for your throat. You know if you talk again.
No, if you know you are married and you are listening to me now, I apologize on the behalf of Mr. Alex. All the Vaba, Coco, and Messi, we speak of now. it will never affect your marriages in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So let's move on. Let's move on to okay. I would like to hear from Madam Luke. Madam Luke, thank you very much. Thanks for the support, your financial support I received. May God bless you. Thank you so much. I'd like you to talk to us on this topic.
You are so welcome. God bless you too.
Thank you.
All right, let me make a joke.
You have 5 minutes, so your joke
I
is
know.
inside 5
It's
minutes.
going to be very brief because I don't like long talk.
Okay.
This topic is one of my most favorites because I've been on either side. I have been a side hand and I have been a wife. So I know. I'm not religious. I'm not a hypocrite and I don't judge. Why I like what Mr. Alex said, that people forget that we have a spiritual connection to the homeland. I don't care where you migrate to. I don't care where you meet your spouse. I don't care what amenities are available to you. Once you are totally disconnected from your roots, there is no way you can make anything successful of a relationship. Number one, did we have good role models? Number two, do we get into marriage out of love or out of convenience? What exactly do we... When I was 23 and I finished graduating, the only option I had to do was to get married. It's not because I wanted to go and I wanted to advance my own mind. That was the only option for me to do that. Now, coming to what Mr. Alex said, they forget that when you are poor and you are in poverty, love is the furthest thing from your mind. And it doesn't matter if anybody gives you a whole house, a car, whatever, you will never be satisfied because there's always going to be a void. And then you carry that to America, wherever, that emptiness is still there. And you're going to be remain dysfunctional for life. So that lady that came in and was saying women. I asked her, is this woman married? Do you know what it is to make a successful marriage? When two people cannot think alike, there's no way you can make it work. It doesn't matter if it's the man or the women. And like she said, mental health is another issue. Most of us have no business getting married. We just want to do it because we want to fulfill societal expectations. We have no business getting married. Back to what I said again, conclusion, we had no good role models. Our parents, if I look at the kind of marriages when I was growing up, the only way I would have gotten married is out of survival and poverty. I would have remained single for the rest of my life. So, in our essence, heal your heart before you drag somebody else into your life. Because if you are not whole spiritually, there's no way you can embrace love. Look at the whole of Africa. Do you see anything love in that whole of that black continent? Is there anything like love in that whole black continent? So, whether it's a man or a woman, it don't make a difference. We are doomed to fail in our relationships. Is there any hope? Back to your politicians. I don't see any hope. In any aspect of our lives, we are doomed because they all connect to each other. Thank you.
Okay. But what I was actually also waiting to hear from you, I don't know if I can ask that.
Yes.
Many of the people leaving their husband today or leaving their wife, what do you think is the causes?
I just told you. Spiritual poverty. I just told you.
Even with all the comfort they have in abroad.
When you don't know God. Listen. There's a difference between material poverty and spiritual poverty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
When you are spiritually wealthy, you are content. Okay? If you like, take a pig to the United States, a pig is still a pig. Once you don't have spirituality in your life, you can never have a successful marriage. And Nigerians do not have, whether it's a man or woman, as soon as, right when they're going to that altar, they are even committing sin. They go in there with an unwhole heart. All the vows they are saying there are all lies. And you expect to marry to work. It doesn't matter whether the man leaves or the woman leaves. Once you go there with a tarnished contract, it's bound to fail. So back to what I'm telling you, it is spiritual poverty.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Luke. I think I'm learning now. I'm learning from everybody. You wanted to interject.
Yeah. I wanted to interject. See, there's one particular thing she said, and I believe she would have gone far in that rather than going the other way. She said one thing. Once you dissociate yourself from your root, and you go outside, you now feel that you can exchange your root with somebody else's own culture, then there will be an interference in your mindset and the way you go about things.
Okay.
And
Okay, thank you. I'll come back to you for you to expatiate on your own submission. Okay, this one is getting interesting. You know, when they mention my name for comment section, what I do? What me can do now?
So Najawash,
you bring corn. Now you bring corn where hang for Alex's neck now.
Najawash, you see that I made good contribution. Someone just referenced to me. The lady that spoke now. I'm very happy.
Yes, I know.
I'm very happy.
you don't verbalize her now, so that makes
this is the first time I'm contributing to such a topic, anyways. At least like this.
Rita don't talk.
Sister Rita don't talk. Yes, but she.
Sister Rita, you define. Leave her alone, please.
Mr. Oduwa, you want to talk now? We don't call you tired.
Okay. Let me say something.
Mr. Oduwa, leave Madam Rita alone.
Let me say something about marriage.
You get
the reason. What we have now is marriage, not marriage. So it is our fathers or great grandfather that have marriage. That time you have the source of what you need in your backyard to take care of your home. So the occupation that time we are farming, and that is why they can marry to have children, so that they can increase in their company. So then, as many of the children you have shows your richness in your society. So, and as many of women you are able to take care of are your subject. So this time around, which is not the white man culture that enable you to get married to one man and one wife, and this person you are getting married to cannot have respect for you, you could not have respect for her. So that is why marriage is like that today. It's no longer marriage, it's manage. Because I will use myself example. When I went to Redo that day, they were telling me that this person you are going to marry now, you do this, you do that. The woman we are taking, I look at this woman, I say, if not because I want to take you to abroad, what concern me concern this kind of marriage? We are just managing each other. If your character could not fit my own, I will leave. Because you were once another man's wife. I was once another woman husband. We did not come together to stay. A moment you are not the first person to tear that pant, it's no longer marriage, it's manage. So that is where, that is the reason, the respect, the mutual, or the first person.
What do you mean? What are they tearing? What pant is that? Give me a pan of iron, or what are you talking about, man? I want you to expatiate that.
Leave her like that.
Leave her like that.
You continue.
Mr. Najawash, we are here to learn. We are here to learn.
So, don't worry, I'll tell you.
That is why though people said,
no let am go. Make it tell us what you mean by tearing that pan.
Okay. Edo used to make parable that Okwemia may not fear uge.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Don't explain now, please.
So they said that is there is a woman doesn't forget the first person that passed through that railway.
What railway again? Is it federal government?
Okay, the first person that did the first person that did
is going to railway.
Please move on.
So the first person that do Vaga, a woman can never forget it, whether good for the woman or bad for the woman. He
Okay,
never
Mr.
forget the first
Mr.
person that
Oduma,
did
your
the
time is up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank God, thank God.
Talk,
Nigerians, thank God. What
Your time
railway?
is up.
We don't have railway in Edo State. What railway?
You
I
go
don't know what's
Google,
railway.
go know the definition. Go ask elders for those things. They don't tell you.
I just
No,
opened my
I thought
dictionary here now. I
Mr.
cannot
Alex,
I cannot relate.
Let me call.
Mr.
Let me.
Alex,
Yes.
I thought you have a vocabulary. You have a dictionary now. Go and
Yeah,
check.
but I
Normal.
just opened my
Mother
dictionary here, one of my
Patricia,
dictionaries, but
this
I
kind
cannot
time.
see what.
Normally, you don't sleep. I bet sleep, Mama, please.
You know, they don't
But
wake up. Railway don't wake up.
Mr. Elvis, why are you always
I go wake
obstructing
up
me when I want to
again.
ask questions?
No,
Mr.
no.
Elvis, why are you always obstructing me when I ask questions about
Which
railway and
question?
tearing of parts?
What do you mean
I
by
said
railway again?
the guy said railway and tearing of something. You know, in hospital they
Tearing of
say
skirt.
pants of oil. I don't know what that is.
Mr.
That what he
Alex,
meant?
I beg.
Let me talk before you start to explain that railway and fancy. I beg.
Exactly. Black Panther. Use your 5 minutes, I beg.
You
My
see,
God.
thank you, Mr. Najawa. This is a very good topic, a very great one, and it talks more on us as humans, how we can, explain our character, explain ourselves culturally, and explain ourselves economically. And all these that I've mentioned comes into play when it comes to marriage itself. One thing I like to thank everybody for a great contribution, and I like to thank the woman that expressed herself that Mr. Naija was played. I'd like to thank her because that is what she has seen and what she's bringing out. And nobody should blame her. This is what she has seen and what she has experienced, I guess, and that is what she's bringing out. So it's left for us to analyze it. From that thing from that picture that you showed to us, from that video, I would like to take at least 40% from the lady, because she dealt more on the character, or the character displayed that she has experienced in a marriage, in marriages. Some marriages, not all marriages. That is how I see it. Okay, now I will start from this aspect. You see, like one of our leader, one of our brother explained here, you as a man, you cannot take the place of a woman. And you as a woman, you can never take the place of a man and feel that you're going to be successful in that position. It's never done. God did not make it that way. You see, I want to go this other part again, that if you try to cheat nature in one way or the other, you find yourself displaying the character that is abnormal. Now, if you cut yourself from your root, from your source, and you try to take the source, try to take your source from another root, then you are going to have a frictional force, and the frictional force will bring about a sort of explosion. What I'm trying to say is like this. You see, anything feminist, we should throw it away. We should throw it away. When our brother mentioned there,
waiting they destroy marriages, now we ask.
Yes, I will tell you. When our brother said one thing that is spiritual, the spirituality in this is in us. It's us that is the spirituality. It is we human that is spirituality. Sorry for that itches, that guy. It is us that is the spirituality. You see, sometimes we try to change things that God has made. Like, I would like to say, God said, man, love your wife, and woman, be submissive to your husband. Take the role of a manager in your home and be submissive. Your submissiveness will make your husband to love you more than you expected. But what is happening now? We have detached ourselves from our culture. We have detached ourselves from our belief. That's the problem we're having in a home. When you detach yourself from your culture, when you detach yourself from what your belief, then you now take yourself into what is being played. Because there's another culture being played now, that anything a man can do, a woman can do better. You see, there are some words that we say that will break us. That word is not, it's not, if you look, that word that I see is to break marriage, it's affecting marriages. That word, the way I pick that word, is affecting marriages. Because now you see that men are leaving their role. Some men are feeling reluctant. They want to behave like an outlaw. They are leaving their role as a man in a home and giving it to the woman. And what reaction do you get? You get a reaction that is abnormal, and you now start saying the woman is, taking over your space. No, it is you that gave it. The woman is also behave like a woman, and the man is also behave like a man. There is no equality. Like
that means what you are saying now, your minutes is up. But let me ask you this question: what you are saying now, because I'm still not getting it. Because if you have to fix a problem, you need to know where the problem is coming from before you can fix it.
Yeah.
So, who in terms of statistically, who to blame now with the rate of high divorces in abroad,
statistically,
in Nigerian communities?
If I want to put percentage, you see, the role of a woman in a home is managerial, is a manager. And if the manager is subjected to something else, then the home is broken. The woman has a big role to play. And I would like to put it like this. If I want to put percentage, I would like to give 60% problem to the woman, while the man gets 40%.
Thank you. Thank you. Madarita, which one comes to be spiritual starvation again? Starvation for kitchen and be for which area? Anyway, let me pick this call. Hello, good evening to you. Your name and where you calling us from?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you very much, man.
Good evening.
Okay, that's love of God is my strength. Good evening to you, madam.
It's love of God. I want to speak about this marriage issue because you're asking why marriage does not work.
In abroad.
But in abroad. Do you say that abroad or Nigeria all over the world?
In Nigerian communities. And I'm not talking about all over the world.
Yes. I will speak about it. Number one, I want us to look at marriage. I know marriage is ordained by God originally, but I want us not to put spirituality into marriage. I know God ordained marriage, but some people, they are not religious, but their marriage work. Most problem that we have in our marriage is impatience, lack of communication, especially the women. Some women cannot understand their husband. We are talking about women today. We are not talking about men.
Exactly.
When it's time for men, we will talk about
next
men.
Saturday, next Sunday, now men.
Some women, they are not patient to understand their husband. And I will say one thing that I noticed, people might not agree with me. You see, when we are looking at civilization and you are asking your husband to go into the kitchen and teach his food, for me, I think it's wrong. Because when my mom was growing up, when I was growing
100% wrong.
I saw my mom serve my dad. And I think because, yes, let's look at spirituality now. God made men as the head of the home, as Christ is the head of the church. If a woman, if you are not patient, your eye is looking at what your fellow woman have. If your friend is driving cheap and you want to drive cheap, and your husband does not have that money, and you are nagging your husband will run away. Because every man needs a peaceful home to come to. Every man wants to come home into a warm home where the wife is at peace with him. If you are nagging your husband, he will run away. He will go and look for a woman that will make him happy. So I would say a lot of women, yes, I'm a woman, a lot of women, they cause problem in their marriages. They don't respect their husband because of what their friends have told them. Or maybe their friends told them that, oh, my husband bought this thing, but you are not even sure. And you come home, you are not checking your husband pockets, what he can afford.
Okay.
And you are pushing your husband outside with your nagging. Your husband went to work, and maybe you went to work. Yes, in abroad that we are, people help themselves. But in most cases, we as women, we should take our place. Don't do like a Muslim man to your husband. That if your husband is not there, you can do everything. You are a woman. Put yourself in a place of a woman. Let
Thank you,
your
madam.
husband do the place
Let's
of a
hear from
husband.
someone else. Thank you
If
so
you
much.
have that room, the Lord will help us. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. You see,
Mr. Najawash, sorry.
I'm very
sorry.
happy to say this one they come from woman now. Me not they talk anything.
Najawash, sorry,
Yes,
sorry for give me 1 minute, please.
But
you see,
but I have hold on, just hold
Okay.
on. I have Tony Africa on the phone. Tony Africa, good evening to you, sir. Talk to us.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I greet everybody. I greet you. So I didn't want to speak into the political atmosphere today because I'm totally against the election. We should start to boycott them.
No. Excuse me. We are talking about something else, not politics, please.
I know.
Go ahead.
I don't want to say that the reason why I called you, know that I have not been listening to you guys since you started the broadcast. Okay. Thank you very much for your concern for the citizens of Nigeria and the Black Africans in general. God will bless you, okay, our ancestors. So meanwhile, the point is that all this dragging, talking is not necessary because Alex already finalized the situation. Alex is speaking right there for the sport. So what he said is the absolutely truth. Hold on, sir. Sorry, sir. Let me go learn. Not like I've taken up to 1 minute, please, sir. Alex said that it all boils down to poverty. Anybody that leaves Nigeria to go to abroad, whether they marry there, they will be hustling to support, their respective family. That is why things are not working. Look at the white people when they come to Africa, they come together. They are happy. They don't think about sending money to their family back home in abroad. That's why, unless I've already finalized everything, once you have a good government, you have institutions, people who live to Nigeria, will live in Nigeria. Those are spiritual aspects.
So the country where they stay for the Igbo, not the divorce, right? For Germany.
Oh, Igbo the divorce, but you know that they have a swinger clubs. They know how to manage that scene. They don't have so much problem. They don't divorce. Even when you are divorced, you are still together. Like like the mother of my daughter. Anytime she like me, she can still call me. Most of my ex-girlfriends, they'll say, "Come on, we play together," and then we, bye-bye, choose. But in the case of Nigerians abroad, it's poverty.
Okay.
It's poverty.
Thank you,
Mr. Tony. I say Kabuki the detrimental to the last one you said.
I want to interject.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tony. Thank you.
You see, can I interject somebody?
No, you cannot just be interjecting. We have people here. What? Okay, 30 seconds.
No, you said you can interject now. Okay, if you have anybody, say maybe I'll keep my interjection. Maybe I'll bring it after the person.
Exactly. Better. Yes. Please just hold it. Hello, Madam Rita. You are calling again. You don't first give your submission since this one. You want to ring the election now. Talk to us.
Black Panther came and booted me out, so the studio is full. I just wanted to make, I think our madam that called, she said something about, women should take the role and women should...
Love of God is my strength.
Yes, the Lord is my strength. I always forget. I'm very sorry, ma'am. Yes, the love of God is my strength. She said women should take their role, right? And men should also take their role. But you know what? Sometimes there are different situations in life. Sometimes situations make women take the role that they are not supposed to be taking. If, for example, you have children, and then the man is supposed to be the head of the home, he's supposed to be taking charge of a lot of things. Will the woman just sit down and say, okay, let me just take my role, let me not hustle, to pay these children's school fees, their feeding, even the house rent. We should just sit down in the name of taking our role. These are the things, we should be addressing issues as with the times, not the times of our fathers. What is happening today? What is happening today? In an age where both men and women are working. In the case of our grandparents, women were not working the way they are working today. They were not as educated. When your husband and wife is they're working and they come back home tired. Come on now, is that understanding that the man will, both of them will say, you know what, either the woman fixes something or the man takes care of the children or the woman is fixing the dinner or something. It's a collaboration. But sometimes many men of these days, they have given those roles to women. And that is why they're losing their respect. I'm not saying that's a yardstick for the woman to disrespect, because I don't like disrespect. So, but let us address the issue the way it is. Why are women behaving the way they are behaving? Mr. Elvis, if you listen to so many stories about why women divorced.
You speak to us, so.
Let us start looking at what they are complaining about. What list the things the women have been complaining about? Is it abuse? Is it mental abuse? Is it physical abuse? Is it lack of money? Is it lack of spiritual growth? There's a lot of issues. Let us start listening to what these women are complaining about. Then we will find the solution. To how women should act and what their roles are, including the men.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Rita. Thank you so much. Okay, let me move on to another woman here first. I'd like to go with Madam Irene's Finest. Madam Iris Finance is here with us on the panel. It's good to have you on the panel. This is why we call companion today, this woman.
Good evening, everyone. All the panelists, Mr. Elvis. now you are Mr. Is it Mr. Oduwa? Now two of them make me come. You said they mention your name for comment section. You just they talk with it, they make me mention your name. Now they mention how they go. You say for the comfort where they for abroad for with women where they for abroad. Now they ask you which comfort. So I greet everyone watching. Mommy Diaspora, Sister Rita, Mr. Black Panther, Mr. Alex, everyone that have been holding the program going all this while. Thank you all for always supporting our platform. I'm here today. I'm excited. At least we are discussing something different from what we have been saying for the past 1 year, so it's a bit exciting. What I want to contribute about this thing, though I didn't see the video that was played earlier or the story of somebody that warrant the topic, but my little contribution is I'm not here to criticize man or woman or something. I just want to point out some points about this topic. Actually, we are all learning from each other. I might be right, I might be wrong, but I'm convinced about some of the points I'm going to point out. Like Mr. Ib is talking about comfort with women abroad. Abroad is so stressful. In Nigeria, at least you see some housewives, they have their domestic staff helping them out with some of this stuff, or even having some relations coming and going, some that are permanently staying with you. But abroad, it's not like that. You do virtually everything for yourself, except maybe countries like UK, US, that is common for people bringing their mom in or stuff like that. But ordinarily, it's not funny. Some leave their children for childminders, pay extra school club and stuff like that. It's not really easy. There is no comfort here. As a matter of fact, the stress that people face abroad contributed to what lead to certain mental health issues that wreck marriages. This mental health issue doesn't know sex. It goes both ways. When stress is too much, it will definitely come in. It's inevitable. And many people might not really understand what it is. When somebody have mental health, it doesn't mean that it's crazy. Most Nigerian people misunderstood this thing to that. When they hear mental health, they say the person does the colon. No, not necessarily. So, like what Mr. Oduwa was saying about now our father, now they enjoy marriage, now they do marriage. My brother, most of those marriages then were marriage of endurance. I am not saying it's good or it's bad, but most of those marriages were marriage of endurance. And I can boldly tell you that most of them never experienced what is called love in marriage. They did not experience it. It might work for them or not work for them. I am not here to dispute that. But this idea of every time saying now our parents, now they do marriage, no. Most of those marriages were just marriage of endurance. There were really a lot of suffering in those marriages back then. So while most of us growing up, we saw it, we never really know what it's all about in marriage, emotional, torture, psychological, some go physical, a lot of problems were in those marriages. But there was this there was this system then that is not like the way world is now. The world have evolved and advanced a lot. So then they were just living in their reality. They just have to cope with it, move along with it. It doesn't mean that they were really happy or they were really making the most perfect marriage. So like what Mr. Evie said, marriage is breaking abroad. Well, I think it's more in most countries because I've lived in upper Europe country before coming to the UK. I realized that in UK and America, the thing is really, really high. And I noticed here, for example, what I noticed in UK, coming to UK, that I did not notice in other European countries I've lived in. Marriages in UK, they are fond of this 50-50 something. And I think it's a problem. Because somebody was talking about when we leave our roots or when we disconnect from our roots, you can't be in a place. That's why you see most women in the UK, for example, where I live, they sound like men, they behave like men. Even sometimes when they behave, me as a woman, sometimes I'm shocked. When I came into UK newly, have a encounter with some of them, I'm like, really? They sound and behave like men because they are living a certain life like equivalent to man. It's like two men in marriage. You understand? So there are some marriages when some men are like, okay, trying to take the lead of this. I cannot continue like this. I can no longer take this. Before you will say you can no longer take this, you wouldn't have allowed what started to start. Because you can't be doing 50-50 with a woman, and at the end of the day, you want everything to be all right. Just like what Sister Rita said, day break, you are going to work, the woman is rushing down to work, then by the time both of you come back, now you want to come and exercise the right of a man in the house, you expect her, after doing 8 hours, you do 8 hours or even 12 hours, you come back, now you are sitting down, you want only her to go and cook, clean the house the next day, bath children, do this. I mean, but they not be firewood though, as our pidgin people talk. It will get to a time, those things will, in fact, emotional breakdown will come in, physical exhausting will come in. So, and at a time when you want to over-exercise that control, you now see, what did they do for the marriage? Why not they do? Those questions begin to come in. I beg, give me, let me breathe. I beg, give me space. Waiting safe. Those kind of things will be coming. But there is, I'm not saying that women cannot work to assist. But when you make it, you people now put bills on the table. Okay, house rent na this, water na this. Okay, we share on 50-50. They receive so. They receive so. I mean, is a big problem in European marriages. Many people might not accept it, but I have also seen countries where they don't do 50-50, where marriages are working better than here. So I think it's also part of the issue. If some people want to look at that, they can look at it. And another thing that I see in most of these countries that divorce is high, like UK, for example, where I live, I think the government is encouraging this thing a lot in the sense that the kind of what they call it, benefits that people that are not married are having, like the single mothers. They have this certain benefit that when they want to leave, they don't think about it. They are like, okay, they are very sure.
Okay, please round up.
Yes, they are very sure that house is waiting for them. Of course, government will help them to assist their children and to continue living and stuff like that. So those things also give them the power. You also encourage them. You know, they don't have that fear. As in, like, when such thing is not there, you want to leave. You will be like, okay, how will I do this thing? I wouldn't want my children to grow up without their father. I cannot be able to like sustain the whole of these things. I need somebody to work with and all that. But many of them don't think that because government is there for them. So I think most of all these things, we have to put them into consideration and think about it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Harris Finest. I think I agree with you because the stress in abroad can actually lead to what is happening with so many marriages. But
can I interject now? No, before you respond, you cannot respond. Not you. I'm talking to Alex.
He's talking now. Allow him talk, please.
But another thing is, you know, despite that I agree with you, another thing is we still have deliberate nasty attitude from either a man or woman. You know, so that one is not the stressing abroad. So women are just deliberately rude and mannerless, while some men Anyway, we're not talking about men today. Let me leave it like that. Next Saturday, I'll come to men. But let me
I agree with you on that, Mr. Elvis. 100%. I agree with you.
Mr. Alex, they're not interject now.
No. Hold on. I'll come to you. Your interjection will come to you. Hello, Mr. Chris. Thanks for calling in, sir. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Nigerians.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody in the panel. Good evening again, Mr. Nigerians. My name is Chris, and I'm calling from Dublin.
Thank you, sir.
Because today's topic is about women, so I'm just going to focus on the topic. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm against women. Well, I think that the lady that just finished speaking, I want to align with her, Madam Irene Finest, that stress could be a factor in all these that we are talking about. But eventually, if we are talking about issues like this, better to look at the greater statistics. Even though stress can be a factor, but that is not the main reason. The main reason is that a lot of women, they've forgotten what a woman's role should be in a marriage. And the wave of feminism is not helping anyhow. Because if you even take a look at what is going on in Nigeria, it's not even different from what is going on in the abroad. In Nigeria, that you have people to help you at home, there's still a lot of failed marriages everywhere, left, right, and center. So the truth is that not until we go back to the original plan, what is the role of the man? What is the role of the woman in a marriage? At the time we start switching the duties of these people, then there's going to be problem. For example, even the animals, they understand what the roles of women are. You see the female animal, for example, takes care of the kids, and the male animal is responsible for other things. Why can't humans also take a cue from animals? This wave of feminism, we have to cut it down. The earlier we do that, the better for everybody, the better for the society. Somebody was talking about without marriage, the country would not be okay. Yes, that's true, because a society is the marriage is the unit of every society. And again, we must really need to understand, as a man, you understand that it's not every woman that is cut out for marriage. It's not every woman, because there are some women, they have issues in the past. Some women have been abused in the past, or they were not really trained in a place where they were not trained in a proper marriage setting. They don't know what it is to actually be a wife. As a wife, you are not a partner per se to your husband. The name husband means leader. You have to understand that you are there to support this man. Even it is there in the Bible, from every angle you look at it, from every culture. From every culture, you cannot have two captains in a ship. And you cannot have two heads. Any animal that has two heads becomes a monster. There have to be a leadership in the home. And most women, where you have this marital problem, the main problem is that they don't want to yield leadership to the man in the house. And for me, I would not even blame the woman. I would blame the man, because these men, they were not, how will I put it? Maybe they were not reasonable enough to marry that woman that should fit what their purpose in life is. You just see a woman, because you see her physical features, then you go for that woman without interrogating every other thing that has to do with that woman. Is that woman is she cut out for your purpose in life? Is this the kind of woman that is going to be fighting you if you get married? Because the truth is that the signs are always there before you get married. Women don't just change like that. The signs are already there. The red flags are there. But men will just overlook all this. So in totality, even if we want to say stress, these are all contributing factors. But eventually, it is the woman that knows why she's not respecting her husband, that knows why she doesn't want to stay in a marriage. Because ordinarily, marriage is supposed to be a thing of pride for women. But at the time you start seeing a woman that's ready to lose her marriage for anything in that matter, then she has other things that has become an interest. Because there's something people used to say: once a dog starts barking the owner, you know that the dog is being fed by another person. That's just the way it is. So not every woman, because before women get into marriage, the background, you have to look at the background. You have to take care of those things, emotional baggage. Those things have to be taken care of. Thank you very much, Mr. Nanjawa. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to contribute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. Wow, that one. Okay. Like you talk it's not for men today. Next Sunday, we'll be talking about men. So let's come to the next person on the panel. Somebody wanted to interject. Black Panther, you wanted to interject. Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to. I wanted to interject too, but I was short.
Alex, go ahead. Then after you, I'll go ahead.
Okay, after the meal.
So before you people talk, Mr. Elvis, let me make my contribution so that I can get up. So that I know everybody has spoken at least twice.
Interjection for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Jonathan, just go ahead with your submission. 5 minutes, sir.
Okay, let me just do it briefly. For me, is the way I see it and the way I know it from my own little brain is that when it comes to marriage, for me, what I see there, the main issue I see there is the foundation. As we know, the Bible says, when the foundation are destroyed, what can the righteous do? Absolutely nothing. Marriages today is always, I think the sister that spoke, Sister Madam Finest, I believe I got her name right. She talked about those marriages of old, of our fathers and our, parents. It was marriage of tolerance. But I must also put it to you that today we also have marriages of convenience. So you put them side by side. Back then, I agree with you. There's most of them, it was marriage of tolerance. Those women, our mothers, most of them, they just tolerate and they can't speak out. They can't speak out. Today, what we're experiencing majorly is marriage of convenience. People go into marriage because of what's in it for me initially. They look for money. They are looking for money. They are looking for beauty. And in most cases, this beauty, most cases, they are even artificial. And when this beauty starts to dissipate and start to disappear, you will see that, oh, this is not what I bargained for. The man will start looking outside. So it is always at the beginning of it. See, there are men that will do everything for a woman. You will do everything for that woman. Give her everything. The woman will still not be satisfied. At the same way too, there are women that will do everything for a man. The woman, the man may not even be working, or maybe contributing maybe 10%, or not even working at all. It is the woman that is doing everything, contributing to the family, protecting the home, protecting her husband and everything. Men like this, this now I'm talking from experience. There are men that even at this, they will still go out and be carrying women. When the woman have done everything, absolutely everything. So what is the issue there? The problem, I always come back to that same issue, the foundation, especially marriages that we're seeing today. It is the foundation. And when they get into the marriage at the beginning, because you have a motive at the beginning, you don't even know the woman you are marrying. You don't know the man you are marrying. You only get into it. Some people even get into it now because of backyard and blom blom. They just marry woman as silly as that for those silly reasons. They go in and they marry woman. It has nothing to do who the woman is. It has nothing to do with even the character of the woman. Nothing. It even have nothing to do with the family to even do a little bit. It is just me, what I want for myself. And then when you get married, in no time, all these things will begin to show. And then the marriage will not be able to stand the test of time. Any little thing, pim like this, is all over. So it is the foundation, why people are going into marriage in the first place. That's just what I want to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Oga Jonathan Kisley. I agree with you. Thank you so much. Let me see the next person that we can. Okay, Mr. Alex, you wanted to interject earlier on. Go ahead, 1 minute.
Yes, number one, and it's just a suggestion first and foremost. I think we should sometimes bring in specialists or therapists on these matters, people who are knowledge reservoir or knowledge synagogue on this
I'm
issue.
not sure we
One,
need
that's
specialists
one.
on it at
That's
all.
one.
My
Then
brother,
two,
my
These are
brother, my
according to
brother,
personal,
mom,
my
those are
brother.
according to
See
mom,
personal
that. See, those
experiences.
she
are
gave me
the
1
my
minute.
brother.
I've done
My
20 seconds already, and Najawa, she gave me 1 minute.
because you are going,
So,
Mr. Alex, it's because you are going controversial right off the bat. See all those specialists
okay.
you talk about, they are even part of the problem in marriages of today. They are
Even
Okay.
apart from that, will you
they are
bring a
messing
Okay,
up
specialist to come
sorry.
and
marriages today.
educate
My
what is
my
happening in
my
your marriage?
my 40 seconds. My 40 seconds is still there, Mr. Najawash. If you allow me to quickly
Alex,
finish.
are you married?
Thank you, thank you. I give you as an assignment to find out that, but I still have 30 seconds.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay, go
Najawash, I
ahead
want
now,
you
Mr.
to
Alice.
yes. Let me round up with this. Madam Irish Finance, thank you. You touched a point that really I loved it, because that the Western world society with their care system caring for single mothers is a big problem for most women who cannot handle power. You even hear fellow women say they can't work under a fellow woman as a boss. Once a woman, most times from what I've seen, has a taste of power, it's a very brutal experience with those under that woman. Not all of them, some of them. Some women will tell you, I would rather have a man as my boss. I'm a fellow woman. Our are too much. Those are the languages they use. So, and finally, Mr. Najawash, I thank you for bringing this sensitive topic. I'm not an expert. I'll just keep listening.
Thank you.
Let me stay at the basement.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Other thing is that because
Is it my
we
turn
don't
now?
have enough time. Hold on, sir, please. Because we don't have enough time, I think next time maybe we can just bring it as a solo rather than adding with another topic. You guys can contemplate about that to know, because next Sunday now we are bringing the other part of men. So okay, let me pick this call. Sorry guys, this call will be coming in since. Good evening to you. Your name and where you calling us from? Hello, noise on your background. Noise on your background, please. Okay, thank you, madam. Please, where are you calling us from?
My name is Tammy. I'm calling from Chicago.
Okay, talk to us, ma. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. No problem. Yes, what I want to say about we women, I'm a woman and I'm married. A woman, I agree with the other speaker, I don't know her name, that said the woman should be contented with whatever the husband and her are providing. And in the marriage, you have to open up to each other, no secrecy. No secrecy. And don't always look that your friend is having this, you don't have it. You don't know the pocket of how they manage to get it. Whatever both of you can provide, be contented with it. And if a woman wants to be a good wife, forget about abroad or home where we come from. We have a culture. So we should not come here and buy the white man's way. They don't have culture. Like America, they don't have culture. So we have culture. So the woman, before you marry, make sure that your husband should be your first son or your first daughter, because you will love your own child. So you love that man, and make sure you engage him in communication. Make sure, because men are like babies. So you have to make sure you always cover him to yourself and open up. And the woman should go and read Proverbs chapter 31, from verse 10 to 31. It's called the righteous woman. Before Bible pick a woman and say she's a righteous woman, she has gotten all the characters that Bible wants a woman to be. Every woman should read that. Proverbs 31, verse 10 to 31. That is what I want to say.
Wow.
Open up, lavish yourself. That is it. I'm a woman, I'm married for 19 years, and I still love my husband. We're open up to each other. Whatever I want to give to my family, my husband must know me. He must approve. Whatever he wants to give, I will know. We could agree, approve. That's how we give to them. I don't give to my family without my husband knowing. I don't do it. He don't do it too. So the woman has a lot of job to do. Forget about work. We are all working in America, we are working in UK, but that should not come into our culture. Our culture is to respect our husband and love our husband. When you love the man will love you more. They will say, now woman have love you. Now lie. They should go and read Proverbs 31, chapter 31, verse 10 to 31. Then their marriage will be good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, madam. Thank you.
Next Sunday, I will contribute for the men too.
We are looking forward to
Bye-bye.
hearing from you. We are looking forward to that. God bless you, ma. Thank you. Wow. Thank God I picked that call because that was a very wonderful message for a lot of men, especially people like Alex and Black Panther. May they for learn from what
Who shall be Black Panther? Alex never married now. Alex now need expert for marriage, na expatriate.
Okay, Mr.
Let me do my interjection now.
And you think Alex is not married, really?
And because why should you be asking for expatriate?
I can sue you for character assassination.
Sue me,
I can sue you for falsehood.
I go court. I didn't say anything
for interjection.
you. You didn't.
Because of you, I would drop this extempore litigation. I would drop it.
A witness, they say Alex never married, so that will not be problem at all.
Thank you, Wepa. Thank you, my father.
All right.
There's a visible conspiratory here, Naija Watch, and you are quiet about it.
Interject, Alex.
It's a conspiracy.
Don't disturb me. Let me interject.
Leave Alex alone, I beg.
Let me interject. Don't disturb me. You're always disturbing me. I don't know what I did to you. I owe you money.
Okay. Give your interjection now.
Okay. Today, this man don't start you me every time. You see, one thing I want to place out here is that we are talking about the women today, and we also talk about the men next time. So we should always
next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Okay, now you see, there's one thing I noticed, and I don't know, Madam Rita, you find it difficult to tell that this woman role, this is wrong, and it does not help the younger ones coming up. You have to be plain. We are not saying the woman is doing. We know all those factors everybody is bringing in, but the fundamentals is what we are looking at. The fundamental, the basic. You refuse saying that the woman does this, that. You refuse going against the women that does it. You don't ever put a leg on the ground. When talk about feminine, you don't ever put a leg on the ground. This is not today.
You did not listen to me, sir.
No, I listen very well. You have to be very plain. You're educating people.
No.
There are younger ones watching.
You heard me. Okay. You didn't listen to me.
And Mr. Alex,
hold on,
there's nothing like expatriate.
Mr. Black Panther, if the message
I'm observing you, it's not. I'm not accusing you. I'm just observing you.
Please, can we not talk above each other's voice? Thank you.
I'm not finished now. You are interjecting me. I've not finished yet.
Because you mentioned my name. I am not.
You can talk after I finish now. You can talk. I'm not.
Madam Rita, please hold on. Let him just finish. You have 10 seconds left.
I'm not going against anybody, but I want us to educate the people. And there are so many people that are coming to marriage. We are talking about the women. We should say what is wrong about the ladies. And when it comes to the men, we should also say what's wrong about the ladies. We should stop being feminist or maleist or whatever they call it. And Alex advice, there is no expatriate in marriages. Marriages work according to how you function in it and according to how you have been been trained at home concerning living with different people. Thank you.
Black Panther. Thank you.
Be sure I will respond to you later.
No. Hold on.
And now let me talk for my time.
No, hold on. I will call everybody back again, but let me pass it on. We have Madam Amen Bright here. I don't know if you want to contribute to this topic.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you.
Anyway, I will have to say I've been having problem with my system all from your side. Most of the men I would have loved
just go ahead with the topic, madam.
Yeah, I would have loved to listen to the men because I couldn't get them. I will say the woman who spoke there, the lady, is he's really referring to women. First of all, there's nothing you can talk with women without men. Anyway, let us hold up to it. That woman, I am not doubting him attacking women. in some parts, but she's not 100% right, saying that it is women that destroy their home. Of course, I agree there are some wicked women, but many are not. That is what I will add to it. There are men parts, there are women parts. I will
We
say
are not
this
talking
word.
about men today.
I know, I've said the women, but it's not women alone. I know that's what
Okay,
I'm saying now.
yes.
I will say those days, our olden days, we respect our men. We have to respect our men, but men have to hold their side as head of the house and not to use that respect negatively. That is what I will know. I would say this third world, the matter of civilization, European way of system have come to destroy us in many ways. Coming to Europe, as I will say, many things have destroyed marriages. When I was home, though there were divorces, but not as frequent as this, because I came to experience in Europe how easy divorce is. You come to Europe with as you've said, Mr. Elvis, you say you have not seen somebody who come here with her wife. I will agree with you, but not all. I came in here the same day with my own husband. I see how a relation came in here to that London 5 weeks ago. He came 2 months time. The wife met him. There are families that come like that. So it is Europe that come to destroy home. The system, all this support from government. Let's say children money, support when you get married, they pay the husband, they pay the wife. All these things, we still carry that our mentality from home. We don't call it we are not civilized. Call it home to come and override women. You know, men and women, you should hold yourself in Europe. They say behind every successful man, there is a woman. And the woman should really stand behind the husband to make him successful, depending the kind of man. There are some men, their head will be just be looking for suffering. There are some men, they are straightforward. So if a woman is behind a man, then a man should respect and hold the woman. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. That is my Europe has spoiled a lot of things. There are more things to talk about. It's deep when it comes to women, also deep when it comes to men. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. I think we're learning from all this. Everybody on the panel have given their submission today, you know. So
I have a question.
Well,
Mr. Elvis, people have spoken multiple times. I just came in.
No. We are going to do that now. People were interjecting. Nobody has spoken multiple times. It's only you. You talk for a year. You can't talk for phone. You want to talk again here now. That's third time. No, you will respond when it gets to your minutes that I want to give now. But let me start.
I just have a question.
Hold on, Madam Rita, please. Hold on first. Madam Luke, yes, go ahead.
I just have one simple question, and maybe you can bring it in another topic. Is this marriage really important?
This one a huge question. No.
Okay, and that's the only question. Because I don't understand what this whole hollow balloon is all about. My question to you, maybe you will bring it in another topic. Is this marriage really important? Thank you.
Okay. It's not important. We're supposed to be living like goats and the rest animal.
marriage is
very important. It is very, 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 very important.
Marriage
is important.
From the political angle, with population explosion in political angle, you need population to grow the economy.
May somebody help me mute Oga Oduwa properly. May not fear mute himself. All right.
You go require the spirit to mute him.
No, me don't mute him. Mona see help me for that side.
Mr. Elvis, the reason I was asking that question because it looks like the marriage is more important to men than women. Because I see a lot of women that are very single.
I'm not sure. I believe
it's more important this is the reason. When they get to old age, women are very comfortable living by themselves. Now, women and men, they look for housemaid and cook. Thank you.
No. You got that wrong. In Nigeria now, men don't look for women.
That one are olden days men.
Yeah, now olden days men. There are so many people that will do this thing for you at your old age. You have a cook. Like for example, in Nigeria, you don't even need to get old. In Nigeria, you can have a cook, have a driver, have a gardener, have everything is in your compound. You don't need, there is all the days that you need woman to be doing this, doing that for you. Normally, if you love your wife, you shouldn't stress her to be doing everything. if you can provide these things, why not provide everything and let them assist her all the time? So for me, I believe women need marriage
No,
than
men, are you
Most,
learning?
most countries even pay people to get married and have children.
you know. So
But
anyway,
don't tell me where it be. We can go there.
Alice, got black. I say, Mona, help me mute a part. I'll do what
Alice and Alice. Alice said you said mute because you talk magical things at times.
Okay, all right. Let me. That question though is a very used one from Madam Luke. If marriage is very, very important, because I saw a platform where a lot of debate were going on. Although many women there were just saying marriage is not important and all that, blah blah blah. So for me, I think one day will bring it here. Although many of you have responded that is very, very important. So, but let's see how it goes. We'll find a time for that. But next week is for men. Men, Mokuna prepare to receive boza next week, because una mad they do fele now. You know, and someone like Madarita, Mona, you know, pray make she not they available that day, make she they work or something.
Most men are going to be watching from the screen. They will not come to the panel that day.
Why they go to watch from screen? What's the day for there? You go talk am now, not be man. Man will know our weak point now.
Mr. Jonathan.
Mr. Ivy, see this marriage thing, whether it's important. I just want to say one thing. See, if marriage no day, if people know they get married, now vagabond go full the whole street. The population will be full of vagabonds. That's what we are going to end up getting.
No, if there's no marriage,
no,
a woman will not be created.
Okay. All right. When it gets to your now, we're gonna have final submission so that we can close. It's 5 minutes round again. So anybody who want to target again, and use your 5 minutes to target. Just the bullet point anything you want to talk down. Now, if you reach your time, use all of the reply, Madarita, Mother Irene, Mother reply them. So if you know utilize your 5 minutes properly, then exactly not going to see time for screen right now. I'm starting right now according to the way today for table. Let me start with Madam Luke. Okay, Madam Luke, please hold on. I'll come back to you. Love of God is my strength is calling back again. Madam Love of God, you are calling back again.
Thank you, Nigeria. I just want to quickly say something. 1 minute. You know what? We are discussing women today. Let us see on women, because it's as if when we do our submission, we are contradicting to say when a man will do this, a woman will talk on women. Men, they have a bucket load that we are going to bring out next week. Just put your thing on women, please. Exactly. Please, thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. That is true, you know, because someone like Black Panther now go receive, they go beat time anyhow next week. Me, I know. So let's move on. Madam Luke, please give us your final submission for today's broadcast. 5 minutes.
Thank you, madam.
Final submission. The point says your topic today was why is the divorce rate high amongst Nigerians? I don't know if it's whether
Nigerians community, both home and abroad.
Okay, and I've said it is spiritual poverty. You cannot give what you did not learn. If your parents were operating like robots, there's no way. You see, there's nothing like emotional content. We are not emotional people. So we do not know how to communicate emotionally. Everything about us is harsh. Even when we're talking, it's like we're fighting. Even if we are, see, there's nothing soft about anything we do. We are hard. Very, very hard. So this has come down from generation to generation. And that is why I'm saying it's not a woman thing or a man thing. Once you're messed up emotionally and spiritually, it's hard for you to continue. And then I come back again to that spiritual poverty. If you don't know God, and people go to church, there are churches everywhere in Nigeria. Look, I mean, I don't know how you can have successful marriages with those kind of shrines you have all over Nigeria. That is so politically and what will I say, financially motivated. So my own is that it doesn't matter if one man is unhealthy and he gets with a healthy married woman, it's not going to work. If any part of that equation is not balanced, it's going to be doomed to fail. It doesn't matter if it's the man that came in there and gave the woman everything, including his life. Only if somebody who loves himself can receive love. Most people are walking around here, they have no business in marriage, and I will keep saying it. They don't even love themselves. And then they get together with somebody to go and torture because they have never received love and they've never given it. So all I'm saying, I have children. I've told them, if you bring any black man to this house, we will have problems. Because you need rehabilitation, and I mean emotional rehabilitation. First of all, you need to go learn how to talk. You need to learn how, even to buy a dog, and learn how to, the value of life, and know how to relate in the human being, not in an animal fashion. We relate to each other as animals. It's what can you do for me and what can I do for you? In fact, like I said, I have been on both sides. Will I do it again? Lie. I no go do one. I will not. Okay. Because you are not always on the same page. And another thing people forget is that people change. You think when you go into that marriage, you think that person will still be the same in 10 years. Far. You don't lie. Your interests are not the same. You have, as you grow older, you have nothing in common. And how do you expect the marriage to succeed? So next week, we will talk about men, but I'll come back to what I'm saying again. If one part of the equation is not working, there is doomed to fail. You have to be on the same page at all times. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it should be my turn now, right,
Mr. Elvis? Mr. Elvis?
No, sir, no interjection, Mr. Jonathan.
Please,
No interjection.
Okay.
When it gets to your time, you just write it down, please. You know, to be honest, this is a very big topic that everybody needs to learn from, to be honest, especially young people that just got married, people like Black Panther, Mr. Alex, and you know, they need to learn from all this, you know, because this is a lot to learn from. Okay, Mr. Alex.
Yes, my turn. It's my turn.
They say you never marry, so you're not supposed to talk first. Now,
when your political opponent are talking, they can say anything. They can even put a fake picture of your
look. Like say you get proof.
So these are political speculations, propagandas. I hope you will not take this for my time. Don't listen to that.
Okay, go ahead. Use your final 5 minutes.
Yes, they are my fellow panelists who are on the opposition side, the ideological dichotomy wise. So, anyways, let's come back to the nitty-gritty. For number one, I don't think anybody has right to tell their children who to marry or who not to marry. For me, that's wrong. As far as I'm concerned, you can only guide them. Don't tell them, don't bring black man, don't bring green man, don't bring white man. Come on, Barack Obama has been married to his wife, and they are great. Marriages are working. Bishop Oyedokpo is still married and he's great. We have people in Nigeria here is married and he's great. He's black. He's not white. So you can only advise your children, pray for them, guide them on things to look out for, and leave them to make their choices. Let them make their mistakes and learn by themselves. Sometimes. So that's my own on that. Trying to use your experience as a weapon on your children, for me, it's a kabuto detrimental to me. So what you went through is for you and for you alone. You can only guide people from historical perspective, telling them this is how it should be. What do you think about this? Having a discussion with them, not a monopolistic parental, weaponry on these children. And I still pin my own on the failure of governments. Governments in different countries have a way of assisting citizens. It brings a woman's mind down. It brings a man's mind down. At least government got our back to a certain extent. It doesn't mean you'll be lazy. Have certain things you expect. Everybody's happy. The tension is low. So for me, it boils down to failure, wickedness of men and women who are in power. They drive these people to diaspora, and these people cannot, these men and women, young men, married people who were happily married back home, they can't manage the Western life and the Western culture and the white man's culture. The fact, the first step to divorce, to marriage abroad is divorce. They see it like that. They don't encourage marriage. They just wanted to know that government got your back, especially to the women, since we are addressing women today. So most women got power drunk when they realize that the government paid them money, whether it's small or big, they don't care. That's misbehaving to their husbands of 10 years of marriage, 5 years of marriage. So it's very crazy. I have people who came back from abroad in my own area because their wives threw them in the street due to the UK laws that you cannot go 100 meters or 200 meters close to that building or close to that apartment. because of why? Abroad empowering women to go against their men. So it's a big problem. I think the European Parliament across board, in the 27 countries of the European Union, America and Canada, Australia included, to start thinking of how to review some of these laws and empower women. Women are like mini gods abroad, and it gets to their head. I know what I'm talking about. I've heard stories. Is very pathetic. I'm tempted to believe these things because I've not been there. Many people just say it over and over again from different people that when anything happens, if you want to know your real wife, someone told me, Mr. Alex, if you want to know your real wife, take her abroad for the first 2 years. If she remains the same person while you are the same person you are, she is right now. If she remains the same person in UK or Canada, anywhere, knows that she has been real. That most women in Nigeria are just there in the marriage, pretending, once the opportunity comes abroad, they're going to go. And most women are the ones putting pressure on their men to travel abroad. They already had plans that this marriage is going to end. And really, it happens. So it's such a pathetic situation. We still have to think about tracing it to our roots, our culture. Our culture do not encourage divorce. Unfortunately, it happens, but it's more rampant these days. Our culture do not encourage men being abusive to their women. When a man is giving out his daughter, he tells the man, look at her body, it's fresh. I don't want to see mark. I don't want to see her 2 eyes are complete, her ears are complete. I don't want to see that she is deformed in any way. These are advice the men like a warning to and to their son-in-laws. So our culture still play a very long role in terms of keeping people marriage. White man's culture does not encourage marriage. It makes women think there is another option if they kick their husbands away. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a very, very wonderful submission, Mr. Alex. Thank you. But for me, if you want me to add to what you just said, if we continue to blame the white man's culture, for example, now, our women for Nigeria, there was past the Igbo people who they say they spoil them. There was. So, Mono, you're good there. Their attitude, their character, if you forget the kind of things that they are doing now, both on social media and off social media, and their lifestyle right now, there was past the Igbo we say they copy from. Since when we did UK for a year, I never the waka say I see Igbo where the waka say no wear bra. Nigeria, 90%, 80%, might not to emphasize, 80% of girls for Nigeria not they wear bra. What are we talking about? I don't want to go there.
You sure what you talk?
Elvis, wrong on that one.
No, you are not wrong. That is not wearing of bra is not our culture.
I disagree with Mr. Elvis.
Wearing of bra is not our culture.
I'm wrong, Mandarita. Where?
You said something that where you are. You could say that most women, I don't know, correct me, that most black people where you are, their character is terrible and maybe they don't wear bra.
No. Let me say it
in
again.
Nigeria today, in Nigeria, they are not wearing bra. Most girls.
Hold on now. Everybody hold on. You know what I said? I know what I said. I said, since I've been in the UK, I never see Igbo people where they work out without no bra. I never see.
That is your
from
opinion.
Nigeria, from airports. As you land from airports, any woman where you see 60 to 90% of them, or none of them they wear bra.
You don't take sample.
What are we talking about?
Mr. Jawosh, when I went abroad, it was summer period. All these women were not wear dress. All these white people, they were just like our girls here back too in summer.
No. That one is for beach. It's different, not before streets. The way that they dress, don't wear dress with the talk so. All these women where they talk so, Igbo people they talk say they are not wear dress so. They still they wear bra.
They were not wearing that thing you are calling your mouth. They were not wearing most of them.
Also, I would say experience because
let's move on. If you want to know what I'm saying, I go to Instagram and
no, you are right. I'm not the one talking. You are right.
Now I know where you are talking from. Instagram.
Not Instagram, on the street. Let's not deceive ourselves. On the street, they are not wearing bra. But we need to know, we need to understand that wearing of bra is not our culture.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the next person. Like I said, I don't want to take this to become my own topic. Madarita, please talk to us. You have 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much again, Mr. Elvis. I want to say something like what Black Panther was saying. Like I don't want to give the impression that he wanted me to like admonish the behavior of women, and like he wasn't hearing it from me. So I don't want to give the impression that I'm aiding and abetting misbehavior from women, or this kind of Jezebel-like behavior of women towards men. I don't approve it. I don't like it, and I would never support it. If a woman is behaving like a Jezebel, there's something fundamentally wrong from the basis of how she grew up. Many people are traumatized. I understand where Madam Luke was saying. A lot of us are traumatized. A lot of women, let me go down to women because women we're talking about today. A lot of women are traumatized from how they were raised. A lot of women bear a lot of things when they're in Nigeria, but they don't bring out that trauma that they've experienced, that freedom to express themselves. So when they come abroad and they see that there's a system that protects them, that allows them to be expressive, then you will see many people say, oh my God, this woman has changed. But if you sit that woman down with a therapist and they ask her, how did you grow up? What did you see? How were you looking at men? How did your father treat your mother? How did your brother treat his sisters or his girlfriend in your presence? That will tell you that trauma of what she saw. She was tired of seeing it in her marriage. So when she came to an environment where she knew she was going to be protected and cared for, she felt she had the liberty to express herself. It is the woman that needs help. A lot of our men too. There's no way I can start admonishing women without mentioning the men. It's hard for me.
We are not talking about men today, madam. Just focus on women, please.
And there's something I just want to clear that, Mr. Black Panther. I'm not supporting bad behavior, please. Maybe you want me to hear it or you want me to say it. I am saying it now. Bad behavior from women, it's wrong. A lot of women, some women have no scruples. That is a fact. Some women have no scruples. They have no manners. They don't know when to talk. They don't know how to behave. When they see little money, they become something else. But I'm saying that I'm making an assumption now that some of those behavior is as a result of where they are coming from. And in Nigeria, there's nothing that I know. There's no system that protects women. But abroad, there are systems designed by the white man for their women. And many of our women, the black Nigerian women, coming to these systems of the Oyibo man, they are making use of this system. But in Nigeria, where we are coming from, I don't know, maybe there exists, but I don't know from how I've grown up of any system in Nigeria that protects. The only thing your family member will say, okay, let us mend fences. Some other women will say, make you bear them. Now, so our mama do them. Those are the only defense. Coming to government, there's nothing coming from government. But going abroad, Oyibo man has devised a way to protect their women from various vices, abuse or instability, or maybe just lack of love. There's no connection anymore. Their system that protects it. So it will seem as if the system here abroad, they are enabling it. That is how the Oyibo man has devised a system to protect their women. That's how I see it. But in our system, there's nothing to protect us. Nothing. So in a nutshell, I just want to say that marriage is not 100%. And every day, the percentage evolves. Some days, you might be 30%, the man might be 70%. The next day, the woman can be 60%, the man can be 40%. But see, marriage is not for children. Marriage is for matured people. And one thing that a message I want to leave out there, no matter what the circumstances is, be kind. Be kind to whoever you are married to. Whether it works or there's some separation of some sort, be kind. Because there are cases where people divorce 5 years, 10 years apart. They come back again and they remarry. Why? Because many of them needed to grow in their own maturity, and they now realize the mistakes that they have made, or the actions that they should have taken, or the actions they shouldn't have taken. They come back again together and they remarry. Those kinds of situations happen. I'm sure a lot of us have it. So I just want to say in terms of the women, we need to stop looking at ourselves. A lot of women are traumatized. We need healing. We need healing. And that is why when it comes to expression, how we react to situations, or how we react to how a man is not doing what he's supposed to do, we go above and beyond, and it looks very bad. Really, it looks very bad. So a lot of women have been traumatized from how they were raised. And that is why we are seeing this brokenness in women. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mother Rita. Thank you very much. I will agree with you that, yes, you know, marriage is not for children. I agree 100% on that. Because some people get into marriage, they don't have the mentality to handle the stress or whatever that goes on with marriage, then they start malfunctioning. So, yeah, I agree on that. Meanwhile,
Social media also plays a role. I'm just going to put it out there. Has
yes,
played a role in the brokenness or the divorce rates
I also agree.
Yeah.
I also agree with that. Yes. A lot of people see things on social media and start comparing it with their wife or husband at home. That's also true. You know, let me call on Mr. Odua before I come to Madam Iron's finest. Mr. Odua, sir, please, your 5 minutes.
Thank you. My 5 minutes to let nobody take 1 second. The reason of that voice of marriage nowadays, because in white people, we have taken their role, and that is why, like Italy now, boys don't want to marry, they just want to have a baby mama, because the law that the government puts in them, the man will work and die, the woman will not divorce and go and bring another man to be enjoying the man's wealth. So now nobody want to do those things. Just like what they told me in Oredo, that I will go to 5 years, that they did not put the woman in any conditions. So these are the reason we see divorce in Nigeria today, because we don't marry our real husband. Now, a woman just come to from east to south, from north to west. They just marry because they are hungry. So this person can feed me. That is not marriage. They don't have the same dream. They did not grow up together to know their visions. So that is why it takes God's reality to find a real love now. Because the real love is when you and your wife or your husband grow together. You know each other. You know what you can do. You know what you like. You people come to table and put this in others and say, this is what annoyed me. Don't do offend this. Don't do this. And everybody keep to eat. But today, people pretend now to just have food to eat. So when they go to free land, and I said, no, that is why you see person marry in Nigeria is married to me, but another person is the one giving birth to, giving the children. Then when you ask, he said, because that person doesn't have money, this one is the one that can take care of the children. So he just married to me to take care of another person's children. That is what we are. Now, by the time they find out, their voice, when the man talk to him, you know that it's not the real husband of heart. The real husband is another. So that is the truth. Everybody pretend to be married. So that is why I call it is managed. So they just pretend to be managed. And that is when, like Europe or any other Western world, like America or others, because those people have the government that feed their children. So it's better we just leave this manage away and go to the rightful person that can feed us. So that is the reason the divorce in Europe, they go to the government to feed them. So that is what I see in marriage that we are having. Because when you and your wife grow up together, have the same brain together, have the same dream together, it will be difficult. Because he is the first person that passed the road. That sweetness will always ring in your brain. It will be difficult to divorce. But not when Andrew passed the road, then you are now giving the manage to Samson. Then when Samson could not, you said, no, I'm going to James. Then James will now be the one to keep you at home. You will not be remembering Samson, you will not be remembering Andrew, then you are now living in the house of James. So those things will not work. That is where marriage are divorcing every time now. Thank you. God bless everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Odua. May God bless you, sir. I'm looking forward for the continuity of this particular topic next Sunday. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, let me come to Madam Irene's finest. Thank you for your patience, Madam. 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Evis. Anyway, they said we should speak on women specifically today. Let me speak on women actually. You know, women we can have a kind of similar we are female generally, but there are still good women out there. There are still women that are not really, as a matter of fact, there are many women that are not prepared for marriage. They are not matured for marriage, but they just want to marry based on what they are seeing, or society pressure, or family pressure. Those things contributed to all these things as well. And now you said abroad and Nigeria. Nigeria own, I will just kill it with one stone. It's very simple. Nigerian marriages are being monetized. Marriage and relationship is monetized. If you have no money, you are just out of the game. And another thing, because of that, some men now go into marriage with pretense with some women. They want to pose what they are not. When those women see those shiny, shiny, flashy, flashy, something they flash to them, they enter the marriage. But at the end of the day, they forget that marriage is like a Pandora box. When you are going in with what you're seeing, there is a boss in there waiting for you. But when you go there, you open the box, anything you see, you take it. Then the one that cannot take anything is inside the box. That is where you see divorce. So, like in Europe, as most of you have already said, some are defending the African culture to come back, while some are against the Europe culture. The issue here is that these are two different cultures. Obviously, African culture is not designed to favor women. Europe culture is designed to favor women. So it's a normal thing for women to be kicking against the African one, while men will be kicking against the European one. So what I would just say here, let me just go with like a kind of word of advice. There are still so many good marriages there. So people should not allow the one that did not work, when they are narrating their tormenting experience, don't let it spoil your home. Do what work for you. Put yourself together, make your home work. A lot of stress abroad and all that, but don't be carried away with European culture. Take a little of the European own that will work in your home, and take a little from the African own that will work in your home. So, and people should also understand the difference between submission and slavery, because some people misunderstand those things. So that, I think that topic will really come in by next week. I would like to elaborate on that. In the area of submission, people always say, many people don't really understand what that word is. So women in Europe, well, what else will I say? You can see that it's quite high in most countries where this law, where they have this much law that is protecting women. Divorce are quite high in such countries, because not still in all Europe. Some Europe, the law is very much in favor. Some, the benefits are still quite low. When you check out those countries where the benefit for stuff like that are low, most marriages are still working there. There are still beautiful marriages. Then all I can say is that we women, as we are having children, if we really want to change this narrative, we should concentrate in training our male and female children equally. Let not fail that our parents failed, where they will teach the children, the female children separately, and the male children separately. So let's just do all we can and make ourselves and make life easy for ourselves and make our marriages work. I wish everybody the best of luck. That is all I can say. Thank you.
Madam Irene's Finest, thank you very much for coming around today. Yes, next week, Sunday, we'll be talking about men. So hopefully we're going to hear from some of you that contributed today. Thank you so much. All right, let me come to the next person, Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Please give us your final submission, 5 minutes. Okay, you're not there now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
okay, you're
much.
there. Okay, good.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to everyone. I really don't have much to say, than what I've said earlier in my last submission. I laid the emphasis that marriage is about the foundation. That for me is the most important thing. It's about the foundation, and marriage is about respect and maturity. I know, at least a couple of people have talked about maturity. I agree with that completely. Marriage is about respect and maturity, and I will just talk about the interjections that I wanted to make earlier on, two of them, with respect to using experts or people that professionals, people have done this, and from my own personal experience, in people that I know or people that I've related with, all these so-called therapists or counseling or counselors, professional counselors, You know, they come about all these their jargon, 7 ways to have a successful marriage, 10 ways you think, you know, your marriage, you can keep your wife, 5 things to give to your woman, and so all those bulletproof marriage, they are nonsense. In fact, they have done more damages to marriages today, you know, because people want to live their lives like as if marriage is tailor-made, like as if marriage is a one size fits all. Marriage is not one size fits all. Your marriage is your marriage. Your marriage is unique to you. It's not like the way it works for Mr. A, the marriage of Mr. A. That's how it's going. No, it's not like that. So using all those people, for me, I've seen that it brings more damages to marriage than helping marriage, you know, helping the marriage. And also, I've come to know, at least at my age, you know, for me, I've been married now for 20, going to 28 years that I've been married. I can say that, in fact, there is nothing like the more you grow, then the higher chances of not knowing your spouse. No, I disagree with that completely. In fact, statistically, the longer your marriage is, the less chances of divorce. Let's even go statistics now. You know, let's even use this professional by their own statistics, all these counseling people, whatever. The longer your marriage is, the less chances of you getting divorced. There are marriages of 50 years, 40 years, they still end up in divorce. Yes, we have them. But it's like 1 out of 8, statistically. 1 out of 8, you will see that. So what does that say? When people, the more you are in a marriage, the more you get to know each other. You know each other more. Except, you know, in cases where, of course, there are things that, you know, people will just go wild. For no reason at all. You'll be asking the question, is it the woman that I married, you know, 10, 15 years ago? Is it the man? But they are not far, they are not really there much. In fact, the longer your marriage, the more the chances, because you will be more tolerant. You will have known your wife inside out. The man will have known the woman inside out. I know that woman being can pull surprises. That you will say, what? Wow, my wife could have done this. I couldn't believe this. Yeah, there are, but those are very minute cases because you will know your wife. You will know what the woman can do inside out. And then finally, on whether marriage is necessary. Of course, for me, marriage is necessary because without marriage, you know, we'll end up having imagined, you know, the importance of a father.
Thank
I
you.
mean, as a father, the importance of a father on the son, on the children
Thank you.
generally. So for me, it's very, very important. So I will leave it at that for now, Mr. Elvis. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank all the panelists and all the submission, everyone here today. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Black Panther, please give us your final submission, 5 minutes.
I want to thank Mr. Niger Watch, the Superman. I want to thank all the contributors, everyone that has spoken here today, and the listeners who are also benefiting from this discussion too, and they are also contributing. I want to say right here, we should stop this trajectory of condemning our culture. Instead of us condemn, why don't we make an improvement in it so that out of it we can be liberated and we'll fine-tune something that can fit us. One, I agree with Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex made a very vital thing, and that point should be really annexed and really taken into consideration because our culture does not advise even divorce. And one thing again I want to state here, it is not compulsory, nor is it mandatory for you to get married, for the ladies to get married. Even the Bible said it. For us to stop all this, rigmarole, we should try as much as possible to improve on our own culture to suit our own situation so that we can function in a level where the world can copy from us. Let me tell you about the history of American women. The American women were subjected to the same thing that was subjected to the African women in Africa right now. They fought and fought and fought. They were even enslaved. They fought and fought and fought. They got their revelation and they got their laws and they took their laws into the parliament and they passed the laws. So don't think that in America or Europe it was so rosy. Oh, they took care of the women, blah, blah, blah. No, the women stood up and fought the law that would subject the women to a level whereby they'll be like slaves. And that is what I believe we should try as much as possible to do for our women. Because on no account should the women be relegated so that they can be free to do things, but in a very respectable way and according to our own culture. Now, the women, most women, that's why I agree with the lady that spoke, that Nigeria was brought into it. I agree 40%, 60% of what she has taken is exactly on the side of on women, exactly. But we men also have our own baggages, which I know, and we will discuss that. But what I want to say here is that we know African man is built differently, but we are all human. We should try and harness what we have in us to make an average African woman to be well cultured in our own laws and not to copy. By the time you start copying, you are adulterating yourself and you no longer function well, and the dysfunction will be seen. That is what we are seeing today, because we neglect our roots and we decided to follow some other person. Oh, their own is the best. No man knows is the best. They are still trying to improve on their own. We neglected our own. We are following their own, that their own is the best. No, you have to make your own, and continue to exhibit it and continue to fine-tune it until you get to a level whereby your own laws that guide the women can be intact. Because the women really need to be guided in Africa. So, Mr. Najawa, God bless you. The women are great. And to the other portion that said, why do we need marriage? Marriage is very important, because if marriage was not important, then there will be no need for a female to be by the side of a male. The female would not have been created by the originator, which is God. Thank you, Mr. Najawa.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. God bless you. Everybody on the panel have given their submission. We have our brother just joined us right now, Jija Breadman. Jija Breadman, I'll give you 3 minutes to talk to us as well.
My brother, now 3 minutes you won't give me. Well, I thank you, Mr. Elvis, because you know that I'm not a man of many words. All protocol duly observed. I just wanted to drop my 2 cents on this topic. I'm not an expert, but I feel that I might know 1 or 2 things, and then since we share different perspectives here, maybe I could also share my own. So the question says, who to blame on the high rate of divorce? I believe we are talking about in the Nigerian marriages in the context of what we are speaking on. Well, I see marriage as a conscious effort by both parties to want to make the relationship work. Therefore, the effort has to be both ways. While the man is trying to make his imperfection perfect, the woman is also doing the same. And if two will agree, then they can work together. But if they don't agree, then it cannot work. For the Nigerian women, you see, I feel this is my own, narrative on this issue. Most Nigerian women, I'm not going to say all, most Nigerian women enter into a marriage out of desperation. And that is why you see things like a prayer point of wanting to get married. This season is your season. It will not pass you. You ended in praise, all those things. When a woman gets to that point where they are so desperate to get married, that it becomes a prayer point, what happens is that they jump on any opportunity that comes by, and that does not give them the avenue to cut this person or study this person to know whether both of them can live for the long run, whether come rain or come sunshine. So few years into that marriage, when the woman begins to gain more grants or more advantage or more, some form of economic liberation, you begin to see that they were not originally committed to the relationship, and disagreement setting, quarrel setting, and if they are in the Western world with all these vices, they decide to terminate the marriage. But is divorce a bad thing? Well, I don't think it's a bad thing. If the relationship is not working, it's better for the two people to go their separate ways instead of what we usually see, that somebody carries gun and kill his wife, kill himself, kill the children. No, it's just it's a relationship. Two people are coming from two different backgrounds. If you feel that it has gotten to the point where you cannot stand each other anymore, then you can go your separate ways. I like what Madam Rita said. When you go your separate ways, and after years, when you begin to understand yourself better, understand your mistakes and what you would have done better, if there's an opportunity to come back and you reunite, but when you end up with committing either murder or homicide, then that opportunity is not there. So divorce is not really a bad thing. In fact, I'm of the opinion that if to say God make it possible, make men they get like 10 wives, from good way, because it could reduce a lot of tension, But let me leave it like that for now. This is the little I can say because I don't have enough time to continue. The Nigeria watch has tried and is ready to go to bed. Thank you, Mr. Elvis.
Thank you very much, my lovely brother, Gingerbread Man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for your. In case you want to give better submission next time, please come more time. When you do the reach time, we want to close.
No. I don't say me.
Don't mind him. He won't marry 10 wives. See him out.
You now. Our principal they give us some. They give talk to us.
Yes,
I don't know whether you are aware. So
no, I'm aware for Zoom. Yes.
Yes.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
Talk today. We'll bring them come tomorrow evening. We'll come properly analyze them. I appreciate every one of you. We've come to the end of this broadcast. May God bless you all. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Elvis, you don't forget me, or you don't want to hear my own.
Oh, Mama. They say my mama don't talk already. Oh yeah, give us your final submission, Mama. See as your voice even clear.
Like my own not those people. Because I talk once more.
Talk to us. Final submission.
Anyway,
thank you.
I don't talk much, but sometimes you put me at the last list. You don't want to hear my own. Okay. Don't be Mahmoud or Yakubu Mahmoud here.
No.
Okay,
we're not the ring.
Let me just give my little one again. I will say there is no woman who will know that the marriage will not function longer that will say no, then he will go to that marriage. Every woman want to have a settled home. Every woman want to stay with a man for life, if possible. So there's no woman who knows that home will not last long, then you go in, or you are not ready to settle, you go in. No, unless some wicked women, or I don't know how to call them, whether wicked or they are not ready to marry. According to you, Mr. Ivis, you said one thing. You said maybe there are divorces because women don't respect, or maybe because women are not good in bed. In those days, women don't have to be spoiled before you get married. Though. You have to be innocent before you get married. In my days, you don't have to. You have to be a virgin. They will discover that you're a virgin. They will prove it at the first time you meet your husband. These days, you will say your woman is not good in bed. Can't you bring your woman up? If you know you are perfect, you have got your experience, then teach your woman and make it build your home. You must not choose that. Okay, if you say it's not respected, then try to teach her. If not, then you can start deciding on whatever you want to do.
Anyway, but I didn't say anything like that. I don't know where you heard that from. I never mentioned anything like that.
At the beginning, anyway. At the
beginning. No, I didn't.
All right, sorry. If that is the, if not, it's also a point here. According to my sister Irene Finest, it is really good to in Nigeria, up to about my sister Rita. In Nigeria, they don't protect women at all. No law. We don't have to judge because Europe favor women, women will just hook on it. Or men, because the Nigeria favor them, they will just hook on it. Let us take the good one from Nigeria and the good one for Europe and find a middle point for both of them that will favor both of them. Not just to say because it favor you, you just hold our culture, our culture, our culture. Is our culture good when they don't protect women? It is not a good thing. If it favor you, don't just hold on that one alone. So we should choose one and stay and make sure it favor a part. Men, like we also say these days, there are less women, there are more men. Women are now these days, not our days, men hot for women. But these days, women are the one hotting for men, mostly in Europe, and when you come from Europe to Nigeria. So our men, keep your two this thing under your two leg, keep it, and know the woman you want to choose. And if you choose, know you choose finally for yourself. So that is just my little one I have to say. There are more things to discuss, but we are women today. So thank you.
Yes, of course. Next Sunday, we'll talk about men. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you all, my people. Like I said before, we've come to the end of this broadcast. I want to appreciate every one of you that came to this broadcast today, to the panel today. Start with Madam Luke. Madam Luke, thank you so much. I appreciate you for your time with us. You came in and you stick with us for the whole broadcast. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We are looking forward to seeing you again, most especially next Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. And I appreciate Madam Patricia Tamujumi. Thank you very much, Madam Rita. Thank you, Black Panther, Mr. Alex, Mr. Oduwa, Madam Ahmed Bright, Mr. Jonathan, and many others that join us today. Black Panther, okay, I've mentioned you, and many others. We miss our brother today, give us a mandate, Yes, and we also miss, there's one of our dedicated supporter who will never hear from a father evangelist, man of God. We never hear from her for a while now. I just hope he's also fine. So I try to remember some of our old followers here. So yes, I would like to quickly move on. We got a support today from Dr. Alexander Gomez and Grace Cantudo. May God bless you all once again. Thank you very much as well, Madam Luke. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. And those of you that called into the show, thank you so much for your time. And those of you I could not pick your call, please understand with us. We work with time here. So if I did not pick your call today, tomorrow I'll pick your call, but it's not deliberate. We only pick us randomly. On the comment section, mother of all, Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for sticking with us every single day and throughout the whole hours. Thank you. And I want to appreciate Tony Africa right there, Stella Imasevedo. Thank you, Jude. We can see you right there. Thank you. Appreciate everyone. I can see a lot of people show interest on this topic today. Wow. Okay, make could not worry. We'll do more of it to next Sunday so that we can sort that out. We'll spend more time on it next Sunday, but men will not go hear them next week. So yes, let me quickly move on now to the next person right here, which is Esther. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see F. Emmanuel just coming in. We are rounding up now, sir. We are already rounding. We only have 1 minute to round up. Good evening to you, F. Emmanuel. You came late.
But my brother, I don't try to come on board, but the place is full.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Happy Sunday. Anyway, how are you today?
Yeah, we are fine, sir.
Yeah, we are fine, sir.
Thank
Wow.
you so much.
Thank you so much. Anyway, since you're closing, let me not keep you further because
come on time next week, Sunday.
Yeah, next week I will try to show on time so that one can contribute, because all this discussion, is something that that pertain to every man and every woman. Be very important. Yes, and so that is just it. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful thing you're doing. We are not going to be doing only politics alone and be getting ourselves hurt every day. Once in a while, we should also talk about ourselves and also how to get better. So it's very, very important.
Very important. Very, very
allow you to go and rest.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. No wahala, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, my people. Good night to everybody. Yeah, we've come to the end of this broadcast. I'll look forward to see you guys again tomorrow by 6 p.m. Please endeavor to share and like. If you don't, you never press on the like before you leave. Just press on it before you leave. It's very, very important. And also help us to subscribe to our channel. Most especially those of you that are going to be playing back this video. Endeavor to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also share our videos, like our videos, make use of the super thanks and the super chat as well. May God bless you all, my people. Have a good night and bye for now.